I'm Krista from Hilltop in the Valley, and I'm finding ways to nurture the home and nourish the family. So I didn't have a wreath, honestly, and so that's what started our little greenery episode here, but I thought I would share it with you because it turned into a really fun time, and the kids loved it, and I was able to just relax and have fun with it as well. I laid a sheet on the living room floor and brought in the boughs, and guess what? All you have to do is just lay this sheet on the floor and bring in some greenery, and kids are drawn to it. If you don't have a rag sheet or some kind of a crafty sheet, I recommend you invest in one. Find something at Goodwill because I use this often. It is a great playtime thing. It's great for crafting, for knowing that something will get dirty and I can just go and wash it, and that is what it's for. Today I'm using rosemary to form wreaths. Herb wreaths are fun any time of year, and my rosemary outside is exploding, so that was perfect for right now. Greenery is a great project for kids in winter because it reminds us of life, right? Even when the world looks dead and bleak, there is life and hope. This lasts beyond Christmas, and there's no better place to smell fresh rosemary or cedar than when you're stuck inside. All you need to make a wreath is some kind of circle form. I made one from bendable willow and grapevine, but you can also just purchase it from a craft store. You'll need a floral wire and then some kind of a wire cutter. Older elementary kids can easily stick their own twigs in, but they might need a little bit of help with the wire, twisting it and making sure it's tight. These are not professional at all, though. You'll notice that I really don't know what I'm doing that much. I'm just having fun. The goal for me is just to learn how to relax and to do things with the kids and to know that it's a purposeful activity. Could even go for a walk with the kids and make a day of it getting the greenery. My body is prone to discouragement in the wintertime. As Christmas comes and goes, there's often this drop in the seeming reality of bleakness that winter brings. You know what I'm talking about. Today, I'd like to share a few activities for the winter break, but in sharing these, I also want to keep the spirit of the season alive. Greenery is for more than Christmas. It's an uplifting wintertime reminder. Just as the evergreen reminds us of God's never-ending love in the Christmas season, it also lasts through the darkest days. While some greenery with red bows kind of look entirely Christmassy, don't be afraid to make plain, simple greenery for the season of winter. Perhaps an herb wreath to remind you of the never-ending life and love that stays this time of year. I love the part of Wadsworth Longfellow's poem, I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. It says this, "And in despair I bowed my head. There is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong and marks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Then pealed the bells more loud and deep, God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill to men." If you haven't heard the story behind this well-known carol, go search that out this break. These snowflakes are also a fun part of wintertime. One of my boys wanted so badly to show how to do this because he is enthralled with how paper bags can be so easily changed to something that just looks so magical. There's so many tutorials around the web on how to make these paper bags, snowflakes or stars, as well as wreaths. But I will just kind of give you the simple version. We used 8 paper bags total, and you want to make sure that as you put the T-line of hot glue down, it's on the correct side, and that is the side that does not have the fold of the bottom of the bag. Then stick another bag directly onto it in the same position. You can cut these out however you want. I'll just show a couple designs that we did. And we like to hang these in our windows. Lastly, I'd like to introduce you to our Dutch baby recipe. If you've been around here for any amount of time, you know I often use einkorn flour for its high nutrition content and ability to easily be digested by the body. Long story short, I actually used to be grain-free, but this is what I use for our family now for the most part. This recipe is adapted from the Elliott Homestead's recipe, and it usually fits in either 2 pie plates, or I use one 9 by 13 inch pan. I use 3/4 cup all-purpose einkorn flour, 1 cup of milk, 2 to 3 tablespoons maple syrup or honey, a pinch of salt, or 9 eggs, or in my case that's 6 duck eggs, and a sprinkle of nutmeg, because you know, putting eggs and milk together just isn't quite perfect until you put a little bit of eggnog style nutmeg with it. I blend this in our blender for about 30 seconds to a minute and then pour it into the pans. Now I have also melted some butter in these pans. I usually just put it into the oven to melt them before taking them out to pour in our batter. And then I return it to the oven that is at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 17 minutes. When this is done, you can sprinkle it with powdered sugar if you want it to look really festive and beautiful. But this is great with syrup, with jam, or any of your favorite toppings. Our kids love this, and they include this as one of their biggest breakfast treats for sure. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And I hope that this video has given you a little bit of inspiration for your winter break. go out and have some fun. I love the time after Christmas when we can just do some of those activities that we never got to do during the Christmas season. I will see you in the new year. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.